Good morning, everyone. 5 minutes promise. I know we got a break coming up. So, first question is, what is a climate finance type guy talking about narrative up on stage? So, simple answer is public polling, public policy, public dollars are all absolutely necessary to engage and scale capital for clean economy markets and sustainability. So in 5 minutes, I want to give you a quick field report on the work we've been doing with the Harris Poll organization over the last year, work we're doing right now to refine and advance climate resilience narrative to help drive better outcomes. Good news alert, the community-led, bottom-up, resilience-focused work that all of you are doing is the North Star for where we need to go, both for U.S. narrative, which I'm going to talk about here now, and internationally as well, which I'll touch on tomorrow in a briefing I'll be doing on Brazil. One more alert to fellow nerds in the audience. Extra credit will be available. So we're not done all of this work. We're looking for input over the next 6 weeks or so. So we'll look at ways to get you plugged into that if you're interested in, because we don't have all the answers, but we do think we have got some good signals for where to go. Before getting into the finding itself, I do want to call out a few frontline realities from the work that we've all been doing for a number of years and our presuppositions about climate messaging that inform the work. First of all, clearly we need to do better. You know, the last 20 years ago, this is a bipartisan issue. Remember John McCain, Lindsey Graham, we're in a different spot now. So something's not working too good, so we need to fix that. Shaming, moral arguments are generally failing to win over the people that we want to win over. Also, in a world with rising energy demands and energy poverty in the global south, a US-centric view is not always going to drive the changes that we need to see. Also, making the climate change largely about clean energy and EVs has also undercut other opportunities to drive outcomes, all in for nature, food systems, et cetera. So lastly, for investors in particular, carrots beat sticks. The success of the IRA in engaging oil companies and others to invest and move in new directions is just important to show that incentives tend to get people leaning more in. A couple more presuppositions, outcomes over orthodoxy, the idea of climate as a back-end outcome to great work that everyone is doing, whether on food or other issues, comes through in the polling. We're also in an age of adaptation, whether we like it or not, so our communications need to adapt. And then lastly, I was really struck by the story by Jean Alwang yesterday about how important strategic incrementalism is and the success of the Montreal Protocol. And so while we do need to be urgent, we also think strategic urgency, patient urgency is maybe a way to think about it. So what did we find? In May 2024, and this is available in the geoeconomic section of our website at the Milken Institute, we polled 2,000 business leaders, 4,000 regular Americans around the three big disruptions out there: climate, AI, and robots, and supply chain. By 75% and up, folks across every demographic supported community, resilience, long-term approaches, and that really led us to the work that we're doing now, which is to go deeper on the climate piece. So the fast findings on that, which again, I can get you information. I'll work with Amy and her team to figure out the best way to do that. And again, I'm post PowerPoint, but also having slides I can share today, but we wanted to give you a flavor for this. First of all, Emmy's points earlier, the young people are anxious as hell and in not really believing a lot of the things that are out there are going to deliver for them in their lifetime, off the charts. Also, we found America has a climate vision poverty problem. People hear problems, can't imagine solutions. Only 18% of Americans can very clearly envision their community in 15 years with climate smart infrastructure. Americans overwhelmingly want solution-oriented narratives. You've heard that here today. 84% agree we need more solutions-oriented narrative as opposed to fear. Americans more motivated by messaging associated to kitchen table economics and moral imperatives. These are all duh points, but we don't practice them, or we certainly haven't over the last 2 decades. Pressure doesn't work as well as strategic resilience framing. People want more energy solution investment, ensure affordability, reliability, et cetera. Lastly, the building blocks for effective climate communication. 86% want a clear vision of positive outcomes. 83% want economic opportunities. Individual actions as a way to demonstrate 83%, specific local benefits 82%. So everything you're doing is pulling the wagon of a movement that at times hasn't really been able to communicate in the most effective way. Last final point, we're going to have new findings that we will publish during New York City Climate Week. In mid-July, we'll get input from people on all this stuff. So short version, team bottom up is doing the right work, and bravo to all of you. So thank you very much.